Rudy Giuliani stunningly admits he needed Yovanovitch out of the way.
Here's a summary of the article.
In a sweeping article in The New Yorker, focused on Ukraine's former general prosecutor Yuri Lutsenko, President Trump's personal lawyer and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani was pretty open about his plan to get rid of Marie Yovanovitch, the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. Lutsenko reportedly wasn't fond of Yovanovitch, whom he felt favored his rival, the head of Ukraine's new anti-corruption bureau. Giuliani has widely been viewed as the leading force behind the movement to drive Yovanovitch out of her role because she was seen as an obstacle to his investigation-related plans, and he admitted as much to The New Yorker. This seems quite problematic to Trump's defense about ousting Yovanovitch. "I believed that I needed Yovanovitch out of the way," Giuliani said. Giuliani then compiled a dossier on Yovanovitch and former Vice President Joe Biden and his son, Hunter, who once served on the board of Burisma, a Ukrainian gas company at the center of corruption allegations. He went on to coordinate with journalist John Solomon, who interviewed Lutsenko for The Hill, to push the story and force out Yovanovitch.
This post received a score of 33,242, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Well, what with there being no punishment or accountability in U.S. politics, it's open season for whatever takes your fancy.
I guess in all-out history no leader just asked themselves, so, like, what if you just ignore all the checks and balances in place, like if Bill Clinton just said no when told he needed to appear to testify. Andrew Jackson did it a few times. The SCOTUS ruled he had no authority to move Native Americans via the Trail of Tears. He dared the SCOTUS to enforce their ruling, since they have no power to do so. He also used to openly challenge legislators to duels if he didn't get his way. Shame no one won in a duel against him. Hard to say. He was shot in the chest and the bullet lodged on the bone and tissue over his heart. The doctors were afraid to remove it, so he lived with that bullet in his chest for years before he passed away.
Did the other guy live? If not, I call that a win.
Yeah, but Jackson beat him nearly to death if I'm reading the correct duel online, since it appears Jackson beat a lot of people to near death.
You may be thinking of the attempted assassination, where both pistols misfired and he beat the assassin down with his cane.
This exact thing happened to abolitionist Cassius Clay. If you are interested in this sorta history, definitely check out the Dollops episode on Cassius Clay.
Same thing happened to Charles Sumner. Apparently a lot of abolitionists got caned.
Giuliani, a private citizen and personal employee of the president, solicited assistance from foreign persons in connection to an election rival. That's what this says.
How come the Logan Act has not been brought down on Giuliani?
Because, as a federal law, it can only be enforced at the request of the Attorney General, who is acting as the President's personal attorney, and as such has no desire to recommend charges against the President's other personal attorneys.
The Attorney General is also involved in this scandal itself. Trump named him in the Zelensky call. Any real ag would have recused themselves from this case.
If someone told that Jeff fucking Sessions would be one of the few people in this administration that would have a shred of respect for due process, I would have slapped the teeth right out of your lying mouth. Don't kid yourself, Sessions was just covering his ass from any potential legal repercussions. Barr, on the other hand, is convinced there won't be any, and, to date, he's 100% correct. That's still better than wiping your ass with rules and reg because the orange skid mark pulls the strings. Not saying it's good or he's good, but he at least had the wherewithal to recuse himself from something that he 100% could have protected Trump from.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.